Hey polish fans, it's Caroline again and welcome to another video here at Wild One Lacquer. In today's video we are jumping into part 31 of this huge haul of nail polish that I got on Facebook Marketplace for $400. This is going to be over 2,000 bottles and we are currently working on tote number 4. We have one more tote after this and the one that we're currently working on is one of the biggest totes. So we have a lot still to go through in this tote. I can see Butter London, some Femme Fatale, I see Rescue Beauty Lounge, and a whole lot more. So without further ado, we're just going to jump right in. If you missed any of the other videos in this series, I'll post a playlist up there in the corner. The first polish that we're going to look at is a Native War Paints. This one is called Winter Wonderland. Now this one sounds familiar as well. I want to say this might have come out as a duo from Native War Paints a few winters ago, maybe 3 or 4 years ago by now. Now the other one was Baby It's Cold Outside. That was a thermal and I unboxed that in the last video and I did check on that. I do already have that one, so that's going in the D stash. I'm going to put this in the to be checked pile as well because I'm pretty sure I have this one as well, but just want to confirm that before I go ahead and put that in the D stash. So that's Native War Paints Winter Wonderland. Next up we have a square hue. This one is called Broadway. And this one's interesting. It's like a very pale lemonade yellow with a very, very strong shimmer. Look at that. So the shimmer in here shifts between a pink and a purple. This is definitely an unusual combination, and I for sure don't have anything like this. Yellows I'm a bit particular on, but this is actually a very nice, soft, delicate yellow. I have been keeping some yellows in this buttercream sort of a pastel range. Also, I've been keeping a few other yellow shades here and there, but this is one that I definitely don't have anything like, so I'd like to compare this to a few of the other yellows. So this is another one I know I don't have. We're going to add that to the keep pile. That is Square Hues Broadway. Next up, we have a Love Angeline. This one is called Almond Darling. And this is a really nice, soft, creamy pink. There's a larger particle pink shimmer in there that has a little bit of a gold to it. I think mainly on camera you're seeing pink on pink. Now this is a very nice, soft pastel color. I would like to at least see how this looks on. I have been kind of surprising myself at some of the shades of pink that I have been enjoying. So I am going to add this to the collection to at least swatch and see. So that is Love Angeline, Almond Darling. Next up we have Nail Pattern Boldness. That is a new to me brand. And this one is called Don't Drop That Spoon. I have no idea of the reference or anything, but that is hilarious. This is a micro glitter polish in a peacock green and in a lighter green. Very interesting combination. I can't tell if it is in a clear base. Yeah, might be in a clear base. Oh, and it's a bit on the thick side. Probably be able to fix that with some thinner, but there you can see it on the brush and wand there. Yeah, it appears to be in a clear base. Trying to decide if this is one that I could see myself wearing. And it might be a really cute one over other colors. So I think we're going to add this to the keep pile. Technically, we're going to add it to the can I fix it pile since it does need some thinner. But that was our first bottle of Nail Pattern Boldness. And that was Don't Drop That Spoon. Next up, ooh, we've got one from Chaos and Crocodiles. We've unboxed a couple polishes from this brand so far in this haul. This one is called Cypher. Ooh, look at that hollow. Oh my goodness. This is another brand that seems to do hollows absolutely spectacularly. This is in a teal green. There it is on the brush. That is gorgeous. This is definitely a color family that I'm going to have to do a lot of comparisons of, but it's going in the keep pile. It's one I know I don't have yet. So that is Chaos and Crocodiles Cypher. Next up, ooh, this is cute. We have one from Deborah Lippman. This one is called Sweet Dreams. This is a really nice shade of pink. It's kind of like a deeper Barbie pink, and it has beautiful iridescent flakies in it. Wow, this is a beautiful combination. I would almost say that this is more like an indie type polish than a mainstream, and that is absolutely amazing. The shift shifts between orange, gold, and green. I don't know if that green is showing up on camera at all, but this is a really pretty shade. This is for sure going in the keep pile. I know I don't have this one, so that's Deborah Lippman's Sweet Dreams going in the keep pile. Next up, we have a Zoya. This one is called Mason, and this is a really interesting combination. I actually can't tell what the base of this color is. Maybe a deep burgundy, or maybe it is a deep berry shade. It's kind of hard to tell because it is a lot deeper around the edges. It also has a really strong purple flash to it, sort of a purpley magenta. There's also another component in here that is those little red sparkles that you're seeing every now and then. That is a larger shimmer size. Very interesting combination for sure. I like the deeper tone that it has around the edges of the bottle. That gives this a really interesting depth, and it is pretty unique to my collection as well. So that is going in the keep pile. That one is Zoya's Mason. Next up, we have another one of these older Colores de Carols. This one is called Purple. So this has been really exciting to find these older bottles from Colores de Carol, and this is one that I for sure don't have. The name is pretty interesting because this doesn't really strike me as a very purple. It's a bit more on the like light chocolate milk with a pinch of a mauve tone to it, and there's also some holographic glitters scattered throughout. Oh, I think what happened is it may have faded. See that on the rim? I think that might have been a deeper shade of purple at one point. There you can see some of the scattered glitter. It's also in a jelly formula. The glitter is green and blues and maybe some silvers. Now this is a very interesting color. I'm just not sure it's something that I could see myself wearing with that glitter. I actually do like the base though. The jelliness of it and this tone is very pretty. So I'm trying to decide if this is something that I could sort of work around, but at the same time I have enough polishes that I don't really need to keep polish that I'm going to be working with, like trying to force. So I think we will go ahead and put that in the D-stash. That was Colores de Carol's Purple. Next up we have a Love Angeline. This one is called Sea Glass, and this is a light green, kind of a springy green. It is jam-packed full of a lot of different shimmer particles. I'm seeing greens, blues, pinks, and gold. Some of them are larger particle size as well. I think you can see that sort of a blue speckled in there as well. This is a nice soft color. The name does sound familiar though, and I'm wondering if maybe I do already have this. If I do, I probably would have gotten it in another mystery box or maybe through a D-stash. So that one is going to go in the do I have it pile just to confirm whether or not I already own a bottle. If I do already have one, this will go in the D-stash. If I don't, we'll add it to the collection to at least swatch and compare. So that was Love Angeline Sea Glass. Next up we have a Rescue Beauty Lounge. This one is called Fire Queen, and this is a nice soft green, kind of in the same family as the Love Angeline. Different formulas though. We've got a squishy crelly compared to the shimmer particles in Love Angeline. This is a nice color though. Let's see. Yeah, it definitely is squishy. You can see that there. This is beautiful squishy though. This kind of reminds me of, oh, what kind of jade is that? Is it like serpentine jade, or there's a jade that looks just like that. This shade of green, but translucent, and this could look absolutely gorgeous on the nails, and it's one I know we don't have it, so it's going in the keep pile. That's Rescue Beauty Lounge Fire Queen. Next up we have a square hue, and this one is called maybe Pariska. It is a really nice gray, maybe with a touch of a taupe lean. There's a mix of silver and maybe a light gold glitter in there. This is a very nice tone of gray. This is another color family that I'm definitely going to have to do comparisons of because I do like my grays. Yeah, that's a really nice tone. This is going in the keep pile as well, at least until I can do those swatches and comparisons. So that is Square Hues Pariska. Next up we have one, needs a good shake, but from UNT. This one is called NL045. So this one does still need a bit more of a shake up, but this is a nice sort of a dusty rose. It is in a cream formula. Now I have been trying to make sure that I have creams in a lot of different colors in my collection. Ooh, the brush on this is a bit wonky. Nice color though. I think what we'll do is we'll add this to the collection to at least swatch and see. We'll do some comparisons and see if the formula is right, if I can't fix that wonky brush. If I don't have a cream in this color, it's definitely one that I would like to add. So for the time being, it's going to go in the keep pile until I can do those comparisons. So that is UNTNL045, going in the keep pile. Next up, we have another square hue. This one is called Passeig de Gracia, maybe? A little bit? It has been a long time since I tried rolling my R's, apparently. Ooh, this one is a beautiful, at least duochrome. I think you're mainly seeing it on camera as a deep berry purple, but I can see some particles in here that are red. There's even some like electric green there that is some pigment that has separated. Still needs a little bit of a shake. That still is going to need some shaking. That pigment just does not want to go back in, but I'm getting a bit of like an orange around the edges. This is one that I definitely would like to at least see swatched. This could look really nice and vampy on the nail. Yeah, there's a bit more of that color. So yeah, it's another one I know I don't have, so it's going in the keep pile. That is Square Hue Passeig de Gracia. Next up, ooh, we have another from Arcane. We unboxed one of these in the last video. This one is called Paint the Seconds, and this is another light shade of green, sort of a springy green. It has a load of shimmer in it. So this is actually pretty similar in concept to the Love Angeline. It's just got, well, I was going to say different shimmer particles in it, but maybe not. No, I think in person I am seeing a difference in the size of the shimmer, although of course on camera it's looking virtually identical. The tone is also slightly different. There's a dustiness to the Sea Glass one by Love Angeline, and there's a bit more of a bright quality to the one from Arcane, so they are different. So this is another one that I think I'd like to at least see swatched, and then of course compare to all of the other colors that I have, but this is a very sweet color, so this will go in the keep pile. That is Arcane's Paint the Seconds. Next up, we have another square hue. This one is called Times Square. Ooh, I think we have a silver hollow. Yep, definitely a silver hollow. There's also a little bit like a red shimmer in here, so that's a nice little touch. I am actually still compiling some silvers for a silver holographic comparison video, and this should fit right in. So that's going to the keep pile. It's another one I know I don't have yet. So that is Square Hues Times Square. Next up, ooh, we've got an older fancy gloss. This one is called Silver Lotus, and this one is like a deeper tone of a silver hollow. Yeah, maybe with a different particle size as well. It's almost like got a pinch of a charcoal lean to it, but still a lighter shade. It's got beautiful rainbows in that linear hollow, plus it has a larger particled little golden fleck in there. So another one that has a nice additional component in it. And yeah, I'm liking this tone of it. It's almost got a taupiness to it. Yeah, definitely a taupiness. That is really pretty. It's another one I know I don't have, so this is going to go in the keep pile as well. That is Fancy Gloss's Silver Lotus. Next up, ooh, we've got glitter from Daily Lacquer. This one is called Satine, and I would guess that this is based on the Moulin Rouge because we have sparkling diamonds for Satine. This is also in a hollow, this time in a darker shade. It's also got a pinch of like a taupey tanness with that charcoal, so a very interesting combination. And of course, it's got those hollow diamonds. There's also at least two other components in here. There's the linear hollow, then you have a slightly larger particle size, maybe a micro glitter hollow, and then you've got a golden shimmer. So this is very complex, very unique to my collection as well. It's also one I know I don't have. This should have beautiful twinkles. I am curious how this would look on the nail. Yeah, I want to at least see how this one swatches. So that's going to go in the keep pile. That is Daily Lacquer's Satine. Next up, we have one from Nail Nation 3000. Ooh, and this one has lost its little label, but this one is a beautiful blue. There's some silver hollow glitters in here, maybe even blue hollow glitters. There's also a larger particled shimmer. So this one's a really pretty one. Have to see about finding out what the name is on this one, but look at all that twinkle. Oh yeah, that is gorgeous. So this is going to go in the keep pile as well. Again, I'm going to have to figure out what the name is, or if you know, feel free to share down below in the comments. But that one is Nail Nation 3000, an unknown blue, going in the keep pile. Next up, we have another square hue. This one is called, oh my goodness, we're picking some doozies on this one. Vaklovsky Namaste. I am not sure at all about that pronunciation. Apologies if I have absolutely butchered it, which I'm sure I have. This is a very interesting shade of purple. It's got kind of this burgundy lean around the edges. I can't tell if that's just the tone of purple or what, but I mean, that is really interesting. Hopefully on camera you can see the tone and it's not just coming off as a dark blob. There is a subtle shimmer in here as well. It's kind of a silver, but there's a little bit of green that's popping up. And then I don't know if you can see it in there, but there's also a pinch of purple speckles. So very, very unique polish. It's also in need of a bit more of a shake-up, but very unique. And I know we haven't run into this one yet. So this is going to go in the keep pile as well. That is Square Hues Veklovsky Namesti. Next up, we have a Pretty and Polished, and this one is Pretty Chameleon. And this is a pretty orchid leaning pink. There are some speckles in here and maybe a micro glitter. Actually, I can't tell if that is a silver or a very light lilac shade, but there's also some pink speckles in there as well, which I don't know if I'm going to be able to show you. Right there. Those little speckles. That's pretty cute and pretty unique. I do really like this shade of a pinky purple. Yeah, I think I want to at least see how this one swatches. It might have faded if that dried polish around the neck of the bottle is anything to go by, but I am curious enough to at least see how this one swatches now. And I know it's one I don't have, so we'll put that in the keep pile. That is Pretty and Polished, Pretty Chameleon. Next up, ooh, we've got another from Arcane Lacquer. This one is called Respite Lane, and this one is a kind of like a dark sky blue. There is some green shimmer as well as a larger particled green shimmer. I think that might have a more of a silver lean than the green shimmer itself. I do like this tone. I'm just trying to decide if I already have kept enough in this shade range or not. And that's a very pretty combination. The shade of blue is really nice too. I think I will at least hold on to this until I can do those comparisons. It's a very nice shade. It's a bit more on the simple side than some of the other ones that we've pulled, but it is very pretty. So I at least want to see how this looks. Also, I don't know if I had mentioned it in the other video, but this is an Australian brand. So definitely harder to come by here in the States. So that one was Arcane Lacquer's Respite Lane. Next up, we have a Love Angeline, and this one is called, again, with the harder to say ones. What is that? Baiser de Mousse. This is another soft pink with shimmer. Where is that other pink? That one was Almond Darling. I mean, these are pretty close. Pretty close. Very close in concept, actually. I think the mousse one is a bit more, like ever so slightly peachier, like a peachier pink, whereas the almond one has more white in it and maybe like a pinch of a purple tone by comparison. Well, like the other one, I think I want to at least see how it swatches for especially these two. I don't think I need both necessarily, but I'd like to see how they both swatch and then go from there. So we already had the Almond Darling in the keep pile. We're going to add this one to the keep pile as well. That's Love Angeline's Baiser de Mousse. Next up, we have a Butter London. This one is called Bluey. Ooh, and this is a beautiful one. This has like a deeper blue base with a very prominent kind of dark aqua shimmer. That is lovely. I think there's a larger particle size going on in there as well. So a really beautiful combination. The name does sound familiar though, so I'm going to put this in the Do I Have It pile to just make sure that I don't already own a bottle. If I don't already own a bottle, it'll go in the collection. If I do own a bottle, this one will go in the D-stash. So that was Butter London's Bluey. Next up, we've got one from Picture Polish, and this one is Fool's Gold. This is a cute combo. Look at that. So this is a light, kind of an aqua ocean blue, like a tropical ocean blue. It's got little gold glitters. And then it's got some shimmer and I think hollow in there as well. That is a very cute combination. Hopefully some of that was in focus. I was distracted by the polish. Yeah, I love this color. Oh my goodness, it's got a vibrancy in it that is absolutely jaw-dropping. That is so pretty. It is definitely coming off more straight up blue on camera. In person, it most definitely has that tropical blue-green water look to it. Simply beautiful. So this is going in the keep pile as well. It's another one I'm pretty sure we haven't run into yet. So that's Picture Polish Fool's Gold going in the keep pile. Ooh, I Spy a Crow's Toes. This one is called Tequila Sunrise. And this is another beautiful combination. We have this like watermelon juice, pinky orange, and it's got a very strong golden shimmer. This is actually a combination that I really do like. I'm not the biggest fan of gold, but there are certain combinations that just seem to work. I also like that this isn't like a gold. It has like a gold with a shift to green. There's some larger particles, and then there's something about that shimmer that when it's mixed with this pink looks a bit orange, and I love orange and pink mixed together. I think they just look really, really pretty. So that's going to go in the keep pile as well. That's Tequila Sunrise by Crow's Toes. Next up, who do we have here? Oh, okay, so this is Lovable Lacquer. This was a new to me brand. We've unboxed one bottle from them before, and this one is called Plum Crazy. And let's see, this one says it's made in St. Clair, Pennsylvania. So my guess is this is indeed an indie polish. If you know about the brand, definitely feel free to share down below. If you know they make polish, where they sell, all of that. But this is a very pretty polish. From what I can see, it does need a little bit of a shake. There's the downside of an all-around wrap, as you can't really see the polish very much. But yeah, this is very pretty. A little bit on the thick side, but should be fixable. Look at the twinkles from the hollow glitter. So pretty. So it is a very nice shade of this metallic-y purple. There's also almost like a blue shimmer or a blue shift, maybe a duochromeness to this. Very nice polish, so definitely going to the keep pile. Since it is a new to me brand, I know it's one I don't have it, and I'm curious how this will compare to the other purples. Again, I'm gonna have to do a ton of comparisons of my purples, but we're gonna put that in the keep pile. So that's Lovable Lacquer's Plum Crazy. What is this? This one is It's So Easy Stripe Right. Interesting. Doesn't really have a name, so it seems to be maybe just like that. One of those numbers to differentiate what it is. And I would guess if it says stripe, that this is going to have a striping, oh yeah, a striping brush, so meant for nail art. It is a bit on the thick side, so I would definitely have to add some nail polish thinner. I don't think I've ever used a polish like this before. I think I bought one years ago, like probably, goodness, almost 20 years ago. And I never used it. I'm pretty sure it dried out, unless I have it hidden somewhere in my collection, which is always a possibility. But I am curious about this color because this is really pretty. It is a metallic magenta. So we'll put this in the Can I Fix It pile and see if some thinner might fix this. That is our first from this brand. It's So Easy Stripe Right. No name. Next up, ooh, we've got a Colors by Laro. This one is black or white, and this is an interesting mix. Ooh, we've got bar glitters and those other bar glitters that were in the Coloristic Carol, where it's kind of a wider, like basically double square, as opposed to the bar glitters like these that are like strings that have been cut. Plus there's black and white hex glitters in a bunch of different sizes, and there's iridescent glitters in there, which I don't know if you can see those. Yeah, you see those little twinkles of gold at certain angles. That is really fun and very unique. So that's going to the keep pile as well. That is Colors by Laro, black or white. Next up, we have a Stardust polish, and this one is Hollow Vert. And this is another of their micro glitters. Look at that. This time in this, not quite sage green. It is a dusty tone though. Maybe we'll just go with sage green. But there's so much other color going on with the hollow and the shimmer particles in here. It isn't a straight up sagey color necessarily, but it also isn't as vibrant as I would say a peridot green is, but very sparkly and twinkly. Look at all that. This could make a very fun and interesting topper as well, because it is in a clear base. It's another one I know I haven't run into before, so this is going to go in the keep pile. That is Stardust Polish Hollow Vert. Next up, ooh, we have another Rescue Beauty Lounge. Oh, this one lost its little label, so I'm not sure which one this might be, but this is a really interesting dusty purple loaded with shimmer. I'm seeing pink, gold, and blue in a larger particle size. Let's see this on the brush. Oh yeah, that is gorgeous. A nice creamy formula with all of that sparkle. So I'm not sure which name this one is. We have been getting a lot from this brand, so I'm not sure if we maybe already ran into this, but again, if I haven't mentioned it in this video, basically the plan is to, once I've unboxed everything, to go through and sort everything just to make sure that I haven't inadvertently kept any duplicate bottles, and then comes the comparisons. So this, for the time being, is going to go in the keep pile. That's Rescue Beauty Lounge's An Unknown Polish. If you know what it might be, feel free to let me know down in the comments. Next up, we've got a yellow from Love Angeline, and this one is called Confectionery Yellow. And this is a nice, soft, buttery yellow. It is also full of a larger particled shimmer. Again, very similar to the other two soft pinks that we pulled from this brand. So you've got pinks, blues, and golds. Now this is again in that same color family of a soft yellow that I might like to try. This one might actually be a little bit more lemony. So yeah, I'd like to at least see how this swatches, see how I like them, do some comparisons and all that. Again, with yellows, I probably won't end up keeping as many as I will say purples, for example. Those two are on completely opposite sides of the favorites list, but I like this one. It's a very cute, sweet color. It could also make for some nice nail art. So that's going to go in the keep pile. That's Love Angeline's Confectionery Yellow. Next up, ooh, we've got a purple from Vapid. This one is called Anything for Selena from May 2018 for polish pickup. So I'll have to see if I have this one. 2018 was the year that I started buying from polish pickup, so it's very possible that I would have picked this one up if I'd seen it. It is a stunning purple. There is a very strong red to gold shift in that shimmer, plus the scattering of some holographic like glitter or maybe even small flakies. So this is an absolutely beautiful one. Very nice tone of purple. It's going to go in the do I have it pile. And again, same rules apply. If I do already own a bottle, it'll go in the D-stash. If I don't own a bottle, it's going in the collection. So that is Vapid's Anything for Selena. Next up, ooh, we have a mint shade from Femme Fatale. This one also has no label. That's been happening quite a lot. I think more often than not, it has no label. This is a beautiful shade of this minty green with a very strong pink or red shimmer. Oh, look at that. There's also some holographic glitter. This is a gorgeous combination. Definitely going in the keep pile. I will have to do some research to see if I can find out what polish this is, but very, very pretty. Going in the keep pile. That is an unknown minty Femme Fatale. Next up, we have a dollish polish, and this one is called Beach Time After Dark. Ooh, this is a beautiful blue. It is full of this larger particled hollow. It's got a pinch of a purple tone to it as well. Oh, and it is in a squishy base. Look at that. That is really pretty. That's one I'm pretty sure I don't have either. I'm wondering if the after dark part meant that it maybe initially glowed in the dark, but the color by itself is absolutely gorgeous, and it's one I'm pretty sure I don't have, so that's going to go in the keep pile as well. That is Dollish Polish Beach Time After Dark. Next up, ooh, we've got another Crow's Toes, and this one is Green Thumb of Doom. And we have another minty green. This has a larger particled green to gold shimmer in it as well. That is very, very pretty. Now, the name definitely doesn't sound familiar, so I don't think this is one that I already have, and I love a good minty shade. So this is definitely going in the keep pile. That is Crow's Toes Green Thumb of Doom. Next up, we have a Colors by Leroux, and this one is called Unicorn Color Correcting Base Coat. Interesting. So that is the first time that I've seen this product. So it is a base coat that I'm guessing is supposed to sort of cancel out any staining maybe. So going in the keep pile, that's Colors by Leroux Unicorn Color Correcting Base Coat. Next up, ooh, we've got a Butter London, and this one is called Sprog. Ooh, Ooh, this is a very nice color too. This is like a light periwinkle, which I think it is coming off as a periwinkle on screen. That is lovely. So periwinkle is one of my favorite color ranges. Basically anything in the Blurple range, anything from a light cornflower blue to these periwinkle tones to indigos. Love, love, love them. And this is one I don't think I own, so it's going in the keep pile. This is another color category that I'm going to have to do some comparisons of, but more to just see that I don't have dupes, because if I have some that are even similar, if there are differences, I'm probably going to end up keeping them, because when I'm looking for a particular tone of a periwinkle, I want that exact tone. So that's going to go in the keep pile. That is Butter London's Sprague. Next up, ooh, we've got another micro glitter from Daily Lacquer, and this one is Sparkle Princess Dress. And this has a load of different micro glitters. We've got red, green, lavender. Are there any other colors, or just red, green, and lavender? There might be more. I mean, these kind of polishes are actually kind of hard to describe because they often merge to look like a different color in the bottle. So yeah, I mean, look at all the colors it feels like you're seeing. If there are only 3 different kinds of glitter, that's really impressive. This is definitely one I want to at least see swatched. It's pretty unique, and it's one I know I don't have. So going to the keep pile, that's Daily Lacquer's Sparkle Princess Dress. All right, guys, I've only put 1 in the D-stash for this video. I need to get going on that. All right, next up, we have another Femme Fatale. This is another that has lost its little name tag. Ooh, this is a pretty color though. This is a rosy pink. There's a load of this soft gold in here in a variety of different kinds of components, from a holographic component, a small shimmer, and a flaky. Yeah, those larger ones I think are flaky. They're irregular. This is one that I don't think I have. Oh yeah, and it's a beautiful jelly, like a squishy formula. Look at that. This is definitely going in the keep pile. Again, I'll have to do some research to see if I can't figure out which polish this is, but it's really beautiful. This is another example where I love the gold mixed in with this base. I think also it's because this isn't like a gold. It's got a nice bronzy, almost copper lean to it. So very, very pretty in this pink. It's going in the keep pile as well. So that's an unknown Femme Fatale. Next up, we have another Rescue Beauty Lounge, and this one is called Liberty. Ooh, and we have another beautiful green. Now, this one isn't quite minty. I would say this is more like lamb's ear. You know the plant lamb's ear, that soft, fuzzy leaf? That's kind of what this looks like. It's got a pinch of a yellow tone to it as well, but then on top of the polish, you have this beautiful blue shimmer. There's also some larger particled shimmers in like a silver, pink, and blue. This is another very interesting combination. This brand seemed to have some very unusual and unique combinations that they came up with. There it is on the brush and wand. Yeah, that is just such a nice combo. Very springy, and it's one that I don't think I have. Before this, I only owned probably 2 or 3 bottles from this brand that I got through either D-stashes or other mystery boxes, so I don't think I have this one, but I'm going to put it in the do I have it pile just to confirm, because the name does kind of sound familiar, so we're going to check on that. But that was Rescue Beauty Lounge's Liberty. Next up, ooh, we have one of these larger, tall bottles from Rainbow Honey. This one is called Crimson Nebula. Ooh, so we have another red with loads of sparkles. This one has a beautiful pink lean, like a berry tone. This is going to go in the keep pile as well. I've actually been keeping quite a lot of these pink leaning reds with sparkles galore, and I know I need to do comparisons of them, but they have been really getting me lately, so this is going to go in the keep pile as well. I mean, look at all the sparkles. It's so pretty. So that is Rainbow Honey's Crimson Nebula. Next up, we have another Love Angeline, and this one is called, oh my goodness, another one that's harder to pronounce. Nourriture a la mode. Yeah, I am not sure about that first word, but this is a beautiful orchid leaning purpley pink, and look at all that shimmer. This is in like orange and pink. There's gold. That is a really pretty combination. And again, I love this type of a purpley orchid color. And this is one I'm pretty sure we don't have yet. So that's going to go in the keep pile as well, at least until I can do those comparisons. So that is Love Angeline, Nourriture a la Mode. Next up, ooh, we've got another from Arcane Lacquer. This one is called Wake and, oh, Make a Move. That is a hard font to read. Make a Move. This is a really pretty shade of purple, kind of like that orchid one, but it definitely leans even more purple. This one also has a really beautiful golden, larger particle-sized shimmer. There's some green in there as well, and I think maybe even some twinkles of a red. It's another one I know I don't have since the brand was pretty much new to me before this haul. Yeah, that is a really nice color. So that's going to go in the collection as well, again, at least until I can do those comparisons and make sure that I haven't inadvertently duped myself. But that was Arcane Lacquer's Make a Move. Next up, we've got a pixie dust from Zoya. This one is called Godiva, and this is a really interesting sort of a yellow-leaning tan. It, of course, has a load of glitter in it, and the ingredients that are going to make it that pixie dust finish. This is interesting, but I am really not sure how this color would look on my skin tone. I mean, I'm sure it would look beautiful on some skin tones, but I don't know. On mine, I question it. So I think we're going to go ahead and let this one go. Yeah, it's just a pretty unusual color for me. So that'll go in the D stash. That is Zoya's Godiva. Next up, ooh, we have one from 1850 Artisan Polish. This is the first bottle of this brand that we're unboxing from this haul. I have a few in my own collection that I got directly from the maker. So let's see what this one is. This one is Lunar Eclipse from Polish Pickup for March 2019. So this is one I don't think I have. It is a mid-toned gray with some holographic and some shimmer and a light wash of gold. So I do like my grays, as I've mentioned before. I'm liking the hollow and the shimmer. Also, the tone of the gray is really nice. So this is going to go in the keep pile as well. That is our first 1850 Artisan Polish, Lunar Eclipse. Next up, we have another square hue, and this one is called Calver Strat. And oh my, this is a bright pink, like a vivid watermelon summer pink. That is really, really fun. This is in a cream formula. Oh my goodness, almost verging on neon. I don't think it's coming off on camera nearly as bright as it is in person. That is very, very fun. I think it's also leaning a pinch more orange or maybe even red on camera, but this is a very fun pink, definitely one that I could see myself reaching for in the summer, and it's one I know we don't have, so that's going to go in the keep pile. That is Square Hues Calver Strat. Next up, we have another Love Angeline, and this one is called Bash, and this one is a deep blue, like sapphire blue hollow. Look at the linear rainbows. There's also what I think is an iridescent flaky in there. Wow, that is mesmerizing. That is a stunning, stunning shade. It's definitely one that we haven't unboxed from this brand yet. And I know I have to do more comparisons of these blues, but this is going to go in the keep pile. It's gorgeous. Absolutely stunning. So that is Love Angeline's Bash. Next up, ooh, we have a fun lacquer. This one is called Ariel, and it is a holographic polish from the Princess 2.0 collection. So this is one that I definitely don't have. Before this haul, I didn't own that many from this brand. They are sort of in the upper price range. So I've only purchased from them one time, and I don't remember how many bottles I got, but it was probably just a couple. Anything else in my collection either came from this haul or I got through other mystery boxes or D-stashes. But this is a really beautiful mermaidy shade. It's got a nice green around the edges. It is full of hollow, and look at that shimmer. You've got this beautiful red flash in it. So this is definitely going in the keep pile. That is, I think, our first fun lacquer from this video. So that was Fun Lacquer's Ariel. Next up, ooh, we've got an Emily DeMolly. This one is called Lace Man. And I just noticed, I don't know when we unburied it, but I see an NFUO cap sticking out. So excited about that one. I might have to pull that one out and just see what it is. Okay, so Emily DeMolly is one of my favorite brands. So I do already have a lot of their polishes, but this name doesn't really sound familiar. This one is a very light, soft gray, full of shimmer. I think there might be a holographic component or twinkle in there as well. Yeah, kind of hard to say. I'm definitely seeing a bright pink shimmer though. Oh yeah, no, there's definitely a scattering of maybe a micro glitter hollow. So that's going to go in the Do I Have It pile just to make sure that I don't already own this. But again, same rules apply. If I do already own a bottle, it'll go in the D stash. If I don't, it goes in the keep pile. So that's Emily DeMolly's Lace Man. All right, on to that NFUO. Now that I know it's there. Aw, it's an aqua base. I mean, that's still okay, but I was hoping it was another polish. In any case, this is another brand that I was really bummed about that shut down before I got a chance to buy more than one bottle from them. I've been kicking myself about that ever since. Now, we did find, I think, 3 bottles from them in this haul overall, and have been really excited about that. As you can see, it's got an extremely unique cap, bottle shape overall with that, like, bustle and the corset lacing and all of the detail. I mean, very, very unique. So this is their aqua base, and they were a French brand. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, still a very good product. I can always use a base coat. This one is really interesting. It's almost got this blue glow to it. You see that? That is really neat. So, I mean, I don't know if I have to say but this is going in the keep pile as well. That is the NFUO Aqua Base. Next up, we have a Zoya. This one is called Flynn. And this is an interesting, like, camel color, which I've actually been looking for. So this is going to go in the keep pile as well. I'm curious how this will look on, but this is a kind of color that I was looking for the fall season. And it is in a beautiful cream formula. Yeah, this is pretty close to the color I was hoping to find at some point. There you can see it on the brush. So there's a bit more of an orange lean compared to a milk chocolate. So this is going to go in the keep pile as well. That's Zoya's Flynn, which is actually another one of my cat's names. Next up, we have a Stardust polish, and this one is Hollow Door, and this is a gold glitter. Now, let's see if this is another one that is in a clear base, because like I've mentioned before, I am a bit particular about my golds. Yeah, I think it is in a clear base. Wondering. Yeah, I think I want to at least hold on to this until I can compare it to the gold hollow that I got from China Glaze when they were at the dollar store. I want to see if they're comparable. I want to say that the China Glaze was a bit on the small particled size. This one might be a little larger. So I'd like to see how they compare. So Stardust Polish Hollow Door is going to go in the keep pile. Next up, ooh, we have an NCLA. I think that's the first bottle of this brand that we've gotten in this haul. It is also missing its little name tag, but really pretty purple glitter mix. We've got silver holographic in there and purple metallic. Very pretty mix here. I don't think this is one that I have. I only have, I want to say, a couple of bottles from this brand. I don't remember if they were one that I found at Marshall's or not, but I think I've gotten some others in maybe D-stashes or mystery boxes, but this is one I'm pretty sure I don't have, so this is going to go in the keep pile. That's an Unknown Purple Glitter NCLA. Next up, we have another Rescue Beauty Lounge. This one is called Rebellion. Now, this one does sound familiar, and I'm not sure if it's because we've gotten this polish from them before, or if I got another polish with this name from another brand. In any case, this is a light, like green-leaning gray with a very prominent pink or red shimmer. And then there's a larger particled shimmer that I'm seeing as a green. Well, let's go ahead and take a peek at it on the brush. Yeah, that is very pretty. It's a nice soft color. I'm very curious how it will look on the nail, if it'll mainly look gray or if you'll be able to see that soft green hue. So if I didn't get a bottle of this, this will go in the keep pile. If I did already get a bottle, this will go in the D-stash. So this is going to go in the Do I Have It pile. That was Rescue Beauty Lounge's Rebellion. Next up, we have an older different dimension, and this one is called Pelican Village, and this was a Box Indeed exclusive, and this is another bright pink. I think it's pulling a bit more orange on camera. In person, it's practically a neon pink. Oh yeah, I mean, this is very, very fun. Look at that. Definitely pulling redder or oranger on camera. But very nice summer shade in almost like a jelly formula. This has a little bit of a shimmer component in it as well. It's another one that I'm pretty sure I don't have, so we're going to add that to the keep pile. It's another color family that I really enjoy. Again, I'll have to do comparisons, but we'll get to those at some point. So that's Different Dimension Pelican Village. All right, we're going to do 5 more, get us to 60 bottles. The next one is a glitter from Love Angeline, and this one is a prototype. So this appears to be a squishy black jelly base with some gold hollow, and then these larger round circle glitters in a light yellow and a lavender shade. That's a pretty fun color combination. There's also some very soft green ones there. Now I'm not sure how this will look layered, but there it is on the brush and wand. Yeah, I'm curious enough to at least see how this one looks. I mean, it's very unique for sure. I have been destashing quite a lot of my black jellies or darkened, blackened polishes in general, but this glitter mix makes it incredibly unique, so I want to at least see how it looks. I may not like it, I might like it, you never know. So that's going to go in the collection to at least swatch and see. So that is Love Angeline's prototype. Next up, we have another Rainbow Honey, and this one is called Glow Cloud. And we have a shimmer. Oh my goodness, do you see the flakies in this one? Wow. So it's even more noticeable how large they are in person. You have a variety of sizes of those flakies, but there are some pretty big ones in here, as well as the shimmer. I'm seeing pinks and golds, purples and blues. This is lovely. So it's one that I know we haven't run into yet, and one I know I don't have in my collection. So this is a keeper as well. That is Rainbow Honey's Glow Cloud. Next up, we have another Crow's Toes. This one, has lots of hollow, and it is heartless. So this is another one that I'm pretty sure I don't have yet. This is a beautiful fuchsia or magenta, loaded with hollow, and I think there's even some black matte glitters in there, as well as some fuchsia metallic. This is a gorgeous combination. Wow, look at that. On the wand there, the clear wand, you can see the speckles of the black glitters. That is gorgeous. So like I said, one I know I don't have. That's going in the keep pile, you guys. That's Crow's Toes Heartless. All right, 2 more. Next up, we have, an Emily Damali, and this one, is a limited edition number 15. So, as I mentioned before, Emily Damali is one of my favorite brands, and I do have a number of their limited edition polishes, but I only ever started buying from them when their limited editions were already in the hundreds. So finding these limited editions in the single or even double digits has been really exciting. The likelihood is I don't have this in my collection, and it's a purple hollow. So this is another color family that obviously I'm going to have to do loads of comparisons of, because purple is my favorite color and I love purple hollows. So I have been keeping nearly every single one that I've been running into, but this is another that's going to go in the keep pile until I can do those comparisons. So that is Emily Damali's limited edition 15. All right, one more to close out this video. I think we're going to go for this one here. And it's a Black Cat Lacquer. We've run into just a couple of bottles from this brand in this haul. This one is called Candy is Dandy, and it is another hollow glitter. Oh my goodness. So let's compare this real quick to that Crow's Toes. It's actually a different tone, even though they both have a load of sparkly hollow glitter. Very, very pretty. So the one from Black Cat Lacquer is a bit more on the purple side, whereas you have more of a magenta lean to Heartless from Crow's Toes. So this also has some larger glitters. You've got that hollow, you've got metallic, you've got a smaller shimmer particle throughout as well. This is very, very pretty. And it's in a clear base, or maybe ever so slightly squishy jelly. So it's got topper possibilities. That is for sure going in the keep pile, you guys. That is beautiful. So that is Black Cat Lacquer's Candy is Dandy. And that was 60 polishes for part number 31. Let me know down below which ones were your favorites. I think for me on this video, the Femme Fatale and the Crow's Toes were some of my favorites. but we've got a lot of beautiful purples. We have a Vapid and a Native War paints that I need to check on to see if I have them or not. Beautiful finds. We only ended up with 2 in the D stash so far. Hopefully we can add some more from the Do I Have It pile, because I think this is one of the most dismal D-stashes of this series. I think in the last video I actually had like a lineup of at least 10 polishes in the D-stash, but in any case, maybe I'll do better next time. As always, hopefully you guys had some fun looking at some beautiful polish with me. If you're new, make sure to hit the little subscribe button down below. That way you don't miss out on any of my new videos, and I will see you in that next one.